So it's Heart Chakra weekend. I'm sure nobody is aware of that. Because I'm sure nothing happened over the month preparing for this that's heart-like, just same old, no relationship issues at all, I'm sure. Oh. So it's important in your second year, especially at least halfway through your second year, to start recognizing that the chakras are your life, and your ability to swim in them, to move in them, to recognize them. We happen to turn up the volume on each of the chakras through the year so you get a clearer picture of them, and they present themselves in obvious ways to you, so that you can't say, oh, I wonder if that's a heart thing. Because it hits you more like a 2x4. Oh, dunk. You go, wow, that's a heart thing. And so for some of you, that's been bigger than others. In looking at the blog occasionally, I see that there are a variety of things up for people around this, and the readings are powerful and they trigger things. And I know last year we had you read the book on woundology by Carolyn May. She talks a lot about it in the DVD that you just listened to. And I want you to notice that that there's nothing like a good problem to bring people together. Okay, there's nothing like I've got this issue, for people to reach out with their hearts. And so we talk about woundology as the first level of intimacy. Now you all are at the point where you're ready to move beyond that. Not that you're not going to support each other when you have issues, but there's also a place where your greatness needs to be loved as well. And someone in a great place does not diminish anyone in a bad place. As a matter of fact, it does the exact opposite. When you're fearless about sharing all of your life, those that are willing to be seen as having high energy, big movement in their life, a realization, a fantastic power, makes it safe for others to do the same. Sharing your pains and suffering, which I know this course brings up, by the nature of looking at your stuff, you're going to have to notice that there's a lot of focus in your life on negativity. And when you focus on that, it comes up and gets under the microscope and then works through your body through pain or illness or relationship issues, things like that. And when you bring that up, it also allows other people to do the same. And it's very important that when you self-reflect, that you reflect on how much of your life is focused around negativity, around my pain, around my wounds. And that's an important thing for someone else to stand and bear witness to. You need that bared witness to. You need someone else to say, yeah, that must have been really hard. That must be hard to go through that right now, just to have that remembrance of that part of your life. But the other side of it is the heart has never been wounded. So when you're talking about wounds, you're never talking about the heart. You're talking about the lower chakras. And honoring someone's wounds in the lower chakras are very important, so those lower chakras feel safe, because that's all they want to do. They only want to feel safe in the world. And if I'm wounded, you better be wounded too, because that's safe. If I'm wounded and you're not wounded, I can't trust you. And if I'm not wounded and you're wounded, I don't want to be around you. They're fickle little suckers. So when someone cares about you through the heart, whether you're having a good time or a bad time, that's a very powerful place. But the heart doesn't see you as wounded. It doesn't see you anything other than as your soul. And it's very important, and Carolyn May says on the DVD, She says, if you really love someone, hear them 3 times and walk away on the 4th time when they tell you their wound story. Do not enable their wound. It is not who they are. It is just something that they're getting some mileage and some attention from. That is not what they want attention for. Not one of you wants attention for your wounds. You've all wanted attention for your greatness. Your fear of asking for attention for your greatness makes the wounds the only thing that is safe to bring forward. And in a group like this, where you all are really learning to love each other, you know that if you bring forward anything, that they will love you for it. I want you to start bringing into your consciousness now, as we get up to the upper chakras, that they will love you as much for your power as for your weakness. And you will love you a lot more for your power than for your weakness. They're your friends. You want to be weak? They'll be with you. You go. Come on. Maybe tomorrow, maybe next year, maybe next 500 years. They'll be there with you. But why not meet you at your power? Why not meet you in that you maybe had a rough day, but there was 5 minutes of it where you just had a realization. Share that. Make that the focus of your life. Make that the focus of your relationships. Build power through self-awareness. The self-reflective consciousness begins with looking at the shadow and noticing all the gunk you got in there. It ends with looking through all the upper chakras, looking through the whole system and realizing that I am an infinite soul that is capable of forgiveness and letting go of the past now over anything. And I can model that for all the people I know.